My name is Pearl Shannon, and welcome back to Is This Therapy? So, welcome to my truck, first of all. I know this is a bit of a scene change. It probably won't happen again, but right now I'm actually on vacation in one of my favorite spots in the entire world. So I am in my truck. Anyway, so today we're going to be diving into a topic, again, of death. If you want to see how many people have died in my life, you can go back to the first episode, Is This Therapy, episode 1, Don't Worry, Be Happy. And I have a visual of how many people have died in my life, but I can just tell you it's a lot. So, we're going to be talking about one of my teachers, Miss Grubbs. I was homeschooled until I went to high school. So I was homeschooled basically all of my school career. And when I was about 9 or 10, I told my mom, who was my teacher, I was like, hey, I'm getting kind of sick of how you teach. And she was like, do you want to go to public school? And I was like, no, because I don't really like people. And so we decided that it would be best if we got me like student teachers. So we had a local college, so we would go to the college and look for tutors or student teachers who would help teach me subjects that she wasn't the best at teaching me. So eventually that escalated into going to homeschooler classes, where it was like twice a week we would learn science in an actual lab instead of just in books. And then that escalated to having an in-home teacher. I know, very lavish life, and it was, and I was very thankful for it, especially because my teacher was Miss Grubbs. So around the age 10, 11, 12 until I turned 13 is when Miss Grubbs was my teacher. She was really good at history, she was really good at English and at geography, and one of the things that she was best at was theater. So, I can't remember if I told you in my last video, but I am an acting student in New York City. Needless to say, Miss Grubbs had a lot to do with that. So Miss Grubbs played a big part of my life. Like, she was there for really influential time periods in my life. She was one of the first people that actually taught me, other than my mom, but she was a really, really amazing woman, and she played a huge part in my life. She was there for everything that I did, and she was so supportive of me. We were studying the Revolutionary War, which is one of my favorite wars, just saying, and the musical at my local theater college, and it was 1776, about John Adams and America becoming America, and the Declaration of Independence, and everything with that. It's a fantastic musical. It's one of my favorite musicals still to this day. I think it's absolutely amazing. And I know all the words to it. And so she introduced me to that. And we wound up seeing it 7 times. And I was obsessed with it. I swear to God, I spoke in a British accent for like 2.5 weeks. And so then I started getting more into theater, and she helped me along with that, and then she helped me in applying to the high school that I eventually went to. It was a private high school, so you did have to do an application and all that. Around the time, it was right after I applied to my high school, we were working on my studies together, and we were prepping for the PSAT and all that good stuff. And then it's weird, I kind of have a block in my memory because I know that we started to not have lessons as often, but I don't really remember how that went. I remember that we just didn't have lessons as often. And next thing I remember is my last memory of her. I remember going to her house, and I didn't really understand what was happening. All I remember is going into her house, and my mom didn't want me to come in at first because she said that Miss Grubbs didn't want me to see her like that. But I asked my mom and I begged, and she was like, okay, come in for a couple minutes. All I remember is going into her apartment, seeing her sitting in her reclining chair, and she had jaundice, and she looked very gaunt, very sickly, and most of her hair had fallen out. And it still didn't really click with me that she was dying and she had cancer. And that was the last memory that I ever had of her. I just remember saying "Hey, Miss Scrubs, I hope you're feeling okay. You look fine. Like, please get better." And so I think it was either a couple days or like a week or two, a couple weeks after that, she passed away. And then a couple weeks after that, I took the PSAT and I got into the high school that she wanted me to go to. And so I knew that she was really proud of me. That being said, she introduced me to the musical 1776. It really, really helped me, not only through the times of mourning and times of loss, but it also helped me through high school because I had a really rough high school experience. And now I'm living in New York City, fulfilling my dream and her dream of being an actress. Now I'm going to be singing a song from 1776, the musical. So the song is called He Played the Violin. Though he never speaks his passions, he never speaks his views. Whereas other men speak volumes, the man I love is mute. In truth, I can't recall being wooed with words at all, even now. He plays the violin, he tucks it right under his chin, and he bows, oh he bows, for you knows, yes he bows, that it's high, 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 diddle, diddle, twixt my heart, Tom and his fiddle, and strings are unstrung, high, 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 I am undone. High, 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 when Esther falls to me, sing me that sad elegy. As I die, loving bride, loving wife, loving life, for it was high, 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 diddle, diddle, my standard will be through eternity. He plays the violin. So that was He Plays the Violin. I'm sorry about the lighting change. It got really dark really quickly. It's in the middle of winter in Pennsylvania. Sorry. I hope you enjoyed. If this song or soundtrack means anything to you, please leave it in the comments below. It would mean so much to me if you would tell me how this soundtrack or this song has affected your life, if you've ever seen 1776 and what you thought of it, and also comment down below if you've had a hard time in your life where music has helped you through that time. And if you feel comfortable enough, tell me about that time in your life. I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, so thanks.